A lot of news to get to from 49ers OTAs this past week, but first, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you're coming across the show for the first time and you're in search of year-round daily Niners coverage, hit that subscribe button. We're the largest independently run Niners channel right here on YouTube, approaching 100,000 subscribers. But also, I want to start the show with the question for the audience here. If you could rock one jersey number for the San Francisco 49ers, just dream about you rocking a Niners jersey, what number would that be? Let me know down in the comment section. Throw that jersey number down below. And with that, let's start the show here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. All right, here we go. Welcome in. Today's San Francisco 49ers Report is presented by Manscaped. You can get 20% off and free shipping on the best men's grooming products. 8 million men worldwide have put their trust in Manscaped, and they have delivered. And 20% off free shipping if you use the promo code 49ers. That link down below as well for that deal to apply. Father's Day is going to be here before we know it. Have you gotten your dad anything for Father's Day yet? If that's not the case, Father's Day right around the corner. Don't worry, though. That's where the sponsor of today's show, Manscaped, comes in. You and I both know that your dad needs some serious grooming in his life, so grab your dad their Performance Package 4.0, and he'll thank you for helping him tame his beast. Yeah, that's right. Promo code 49ers for that deal to apply. Manscaped is the only men's brand dedicated to below-the-waist grooming and perfected their game with the Lawnmower 4.0. Interchangeable blades, battery life that lasts forever, a light on it as well so that you can see what you're doing down below the waistline. Crop preserver, ball deodorant, their Manscaped boxer briefs, the most comfortable that I have ever worn. We are going to put that link in the comment section and in the description of this video. It's Manscaped. It's 20% off. And it's Father's Day coming up. Get your dad something nice for Father's Day. Show him that you love him and give him products that he'll always be able to use every single day, at least every single week at manscaped.com/49ers. All right, a lot of takeaways from 49ers OTAs throughout this week. And I do want to start here with Drake Jackson. Drake Jackson needs to have a big year, too, for this 49ers defense to once again be elite, and the 2022 second-round pick is off to a good start. He needed to add a little bit of weight, and that's what he's been able to do. And it's pretty interesting, right? Because Drake Jackson at USC never played more than 11 games, and last year he wore down as the season progressed for San Francisco. He was 252 pounds last year. He's up to 265, and in the weight room, he's been able to reach some new benchmarks here and hit some new highs. On the squat rack, 415 pounds. On the bench press, 315 pounds. Drake Jackson had 3 sacks in his first 6 games last year. Then he was inactive for 5 of the last 6 games, including the playoffs to end last year. Nick Bosa needs some help. He had 18.5 sacks in the final 4 games, only 1 sack though. You need more sack production along that defensive line. Drake Jackson's going to have to give that to the San Francisco 49ers defense. Good to see him taking this offseason seriously, heading into his sophomore campaign. Sticking on that defensive line with another high pick. First rounder, though, in Javon Kinlaw as compared to Drake Jackson being a second rounder. Kris Kocurek, best defensive line coach in the NFL. He's maximized so many players over time. Arden Key, Charles Omenihu, Jordan Willis, Samson Ebukam, Nick Bosa. The list goes on and on and on. Can Drake Jackson be another one of his projects? Can he bring the best out of Javon Kinlaw? For Kinlaw, first-round pick in 2020, it really does start and end with him just being healthy. He needs to stay healthy, and Kris Kocurek did say that Javon Kinlaw is the healthiest that he has been since the Niners drafted him. I was sent some videos from one of his performance coaches throughout this offseason of him working out. Looked a little bit faster, looked a little bit leaner, and a little bit healthier. The knee was an issue at South Carolina. The knee issues have reared its ugly head here in the pro ranks as well. Hopefully he's able to stay healthy because when he's right, he does have potential of being a good interior defensive lineman. From the defensive line to the offensive line, a couple of starters are at least set in stone as of right now. Spencer Burford, who started 16 games last year as a rookie, penciled in as the starter at right guard, Colton McKivitz, starting off as the starting right tackle for San Francisco. You thought going into this year it's going to be Colton McKivitz, maybe Matthew Pryor, Nick Sakel. Well, Nick Sakel has slotted in to the interior offensive line, and Colton McKivitz is going to be the guy to replace Mike McGlinchey. Kris Foerster, Niners offensive line coach, did say this yesterday, that Mike McGlinchey is one of the best run-blocking tackles in the NFL. Colton probably won't be quite that, but he is a very good run blocker, and his protection is really solid and consistent. What to look out for as far as how this offensive line is holding up, because they did not hold up against the Dallas Cowboys or the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFL playoffs, two very good defensive lines. It's the joint practices between San Francisco and the Las Vegas Raiders in the preseason, because Colton McKivitz is going to be lined up against some really good defensive linemen that the Raiders do have, including Max Crosby, I always say that. Mason Crosby's a damn kicker. How do I get him confused with Max Crosby? Max Crosby is going to be lined up opposite of Colton McKivitz. So before the season starts, we're going to have a good look, not even in game form yet, as to how this 49ers offensive line is able to hold up in protection, because Colton McKivitz is going to be going up against Mad Max Crosby. And he's a really good player, one of the best defensive ends in the sport, a guy who's right up there with Nick Bosa as one of the best pure edge rushers in the NFL, getting after the quarterback. Let's round out with this. Brandon Aiyuk, let's go Brandon. He said that I'm about to take off. And Brandon Aiyuk, in my opinion, is about to break out. Now, I was in on Brandon Aiyuk before anybody else was. Going into last year, I had said he's one of the most slept on, one of the most underrated wide receivers in the NFL. I said going into 2022, I would take him over CD Lamb. And what did he do as arguably the fourth option on this run-heavy 49ers offense? More than 1,000 yards for the first time, career high in touchdowns, career high in receptions, displayed to everybody across the league that he's one of the best route-running technicians in the sport, with some of the cleanest footwork, a wide receiver who can be used from goal line to goal line, and is a sure-handed wide receiver as well. And if he were to go somewhere else and be a number one option in a pass-happy offense, Brandon Aiyuk could be a 1,400 per year, 1,500 per year yard wide receiver. That's how special he is. He's heading into year 4. He's progressively gotten better every year that he's been in the NFL. And I think that in 2023, he is further going to solidify himself as one of the best all-around weapons in the sport. He was asked yesterday if he thinks he's underrated. He said, yes, I think so too, but he's about to burst onto the scene and prove to people nationally just how good he is. That does it for today's San Francisco 49ers report. OTAs taking place all throughout this past week here, so had to give you some takeaways from what's transpiring with this team, and we get to talk about some actual football. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Subscribe today, and we'll catch you next time here on the 49ers report.